looking up, but hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new here. I am your favorite girl, okay? I am your favorite avert queen, your favorite affirmation goddess, your favorite fashionista, your favorite quote queen, and I'm your favorite stylist. I am your favorite girl, Anna Shante. Anna Shante. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below because this is my segment of Let's Talk About It, where I share my unsolicited opinions and unsolicited thoughts about different topics, different things that I just think about, and I want to talk about it, okay? So let's talk about it. Leave your comments down below. All right, well, welcome to the channel, guys. And once again, welcome if you're back, and welcome if you're new here. I think that's how it goes. All right, so today's topic for Let's Talk About It is starting over. Oh my God, the topic that has so many people in a chokehold because people do not like to start over. And let me tell you, I am one of the girls where I'm like, let's pack all this shit up and let's new beginnings, okay? New beginnings. I am such a girl of new beginnings. Like, it's like I'm blinded to the bullshit, okay? What's new? What's new? But also, let's reel it back. With being like that, you got to make sure that you are not running from things and you're actually facing things and circumstances. Because if you're always running, you're gonna miss out on, well, let me not say it like that, because I feel like when you're aligned, you don't miss out on anything. Everything happens for a reason. There are no coincidences. There are no like misleads. Everything leads you to where you supposed to be. Even if you take the route through the jungle, you're going to take that route through the jungle, and you're going to ultimately it's going to lead you to where you're supposed to be in this lifetime. Even if you take the path that's smooth and guided, it's still going to lead you to where you're supposed to be in this lifetime. So I have to say that you won't miss out on opportunities, but you may take a route to where you were supposed to be with this opportunity, but you took this different route. So now you gotta either come back to that opportunity or you'll be guided to a new opportunity, okay? And sometimes when you're guiding, it's not a delay, it's not a denied, but it's a detour, okay? So not denied, maybe delayed, but always a detour leading you to where you're supposed to be, especially if you are a person that speaks highly of yourself and you are, you're going with your journey. You're going to end up where you want to be. Just keep the faith and stay positive. So, reeling it back in, starting over can be, difficult for some people, and it depends on your situation. So for me, starting over, like I'm always like, I moved out of state 4 times. I moved to Texas. I lived in North Carolina. Where else? I lived in Augusta. Augusta is only like 2 hours out of Atlanta though. Where else? Maybe I left home 3 times. Yeah, 3 times, because North Carolina was first. I went to college in Savannah, Georgia, in Fort Valley, and way down there in Americus, Georgia. So out of the Atlanta area, I've always, ever since I graduated from high school, I've always been like, both of my hair school college that I went to was away. It was like 2.5 hours away in the country. Where I got my degree at was 3 hours away. Savannah was 3 hours away. I went to Fort Valley for a little bit of time. But, I've always been that I'm out of here type chick. So when I graduated, I moved to North Carolina. Then I came back to Atlanta, and then I moved to Augusta, and my last move was Texas. So all in all, I am the girl that I'm like, listen, if you need a new beginning, go for it. But with starting over, you have to know, and what I am learning, you have to know that in the beginning, it may be a little difficult. And sometimes when you are starting over, sometimes it's not always what's supposed to happen, because even with me, with my situations, every time I tried to start over, it's like I was always led back to Atlanta. And when I got to Atlanta, that's when everything started jumping off for me, jumping off. So I had to realize, all right, so it's something in Atlanta because every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, telling me I need you in my life. Something keeps bringing me back to Atlanta. And I get back to Atlanta and I flourish. I get jobs, I get opportunities. I get back on my feet where I'm in my own place, own car, everything back on my own, you know. And I had to realize this go around, I'm like, all right, well, Lord, let me make sure I'm not running, because I know last time I was running because of emotions, you know, and sometimes we do that. We act off of emotions and not logic, because our emotional being is always trying to keep us safe. And I know for me, I'm always just trying to be safe. Make sure that Anna Shante, like, her back is always covered, whether it's by another human being or it's by the great Most High God, Divine Universe, many names, one spirit, okay? So, and I had to really, like, tell myself, like, all right, well, we're going to see what Atlanta is about. And I gave myself a deadline. And I didn't say, like, a few months. I said some years. And by this age, if nothing has popped off or prospered in Atlanta, I'm moving out of state again. And this time, I'm not going to tell anybody. Watch the previous video if you have not seen it about stop talking too much. And I'm going to silently make my move and silently start a new life for me, because I feel like my soul has been craving it, but I feel like I had to face some things with myself and unpack some things, because it was always something in Atlanta that I needed to see, I needed to unpack and really process, like, all right, this is what it is, this is how it is, and this is what it's going to be. So acceptance all around. And so, and I'm cool with that. I thank God for leading me on my journey. Like, I don't regret anything at all, not even the past, the present. Like, I am happy where I am, because it's, you know, I'm good. I'm grateful. I'm in a season of where I'm just living in gratitude. I'm taking in the things that's serving me and flourishing with it. So when we talk about starting over, it can be scary. It really can. Like, some people don't have the courage like me to where it's like, shoot, F this, I'm gone. This is messing with my mental. This is messing with my emotions. I'm feeling some type of way. And, you know, feelings may not be factuals, but feelings are for a reason. Whether they are your own, what you need to unpack, or whether it's your intuition telling you, like, something ain't right. Something is not right. So I take heed to my feelings. And I am also a person that takes accountability to if my feelings were wrong. But I'm not going to ignore my intuition, because it's a reason why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling when I'm in this environment, when I'm surrounded by these group of friends, when I'm with, you know, certain individuals and stuff. So I don't ignore my intuition anymore. I act on it, and if it turns time, because time will tell it all. Time will tell if you're wrong, or time will tell if the situation is wrong. Time will tell if you're right, and time will tell if the situation is right. So I am always 10 toes down with my emotions, with my feelings, and, you know, my human senses about certain things. So yeah, starting over can be scary, but I want to promote and, you know, just let you guys know that if you need to start over, starting over is beneficial. And you have to analyze your situation now, because my situation, I don't have kids, I don't have a mate that's holding me down, so I can dip off, you know. I don't have anything that's like tying me down to where I have to stay in one place. But if my situation is different, you know, where I need to live here, or I'm with this mate, so you have to analyze your situation. But don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to go after that new life that you are craving to have, because on the other side of that fear possibly could be the most happiest moments, the most happiest memories, the priceless memories and the priceless moments that you will have with certain people, certain individuals, and even for yourself. You know, this peace that I have within my house, this peace that I have within me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it comes with taking risks. It comes with knowing myself and being okay with, okay, I had to start over with friendships. I had to start over with relationships, like, and being okay with it, accepting that this is what it is, you know, and this is what it ain't. So starting over, even if, and I don't like to speak on marriages, you know, but I see this lady, her name is Tracy on YouTube, and she left her marriage. It was kind of toxic, not physical, but like verbally toxic. And she left, and she promotes, like, you know, if you gotta get a divorce and, you know, do what you gotta do, or if you want to fight for your marriage. Me personally, when I get married, I want me and my partner to fight to the end. Like, I want my partner to fight for me, and I want to fight for my partner, because I just feel like that's one thing that I will not take so easily to give up on life, because I'm committed. Like, I signed these papers, so that means I'm committed to all of you, and I need you to be committed to all of me. We have to communicate, you know. So when we talking about starting over with marriage, it's a little bit more difficult, and a little bit you have to take into consideration and analyze. You know, I'm at a moment of, should I fight for it or should I let it go? You know, and I'm all for the women that choose to let it go, and I'm all for the women that choose to fight for it, you know, because that's what I'm saying. Like, marriage, that's a sticky situation, you know. Fight, but also know when it's time to, you know what, we done did all the fighting. We done did the marriage counseling. And we still can't get it right. So it's time to start a new life. And it's a lot of women that I see in their 40s and their 50s, and like, I started over, and I'm so happy. I'm so alive right now. Like, one lady was like, all I need is she said all she needs is her little vibrator, some snacks, and a good show on TV. She was like, I do not care about being in another relationship. And I'm just like, oh my God, really? Like, these women are idolizing the life that I live. Like, I'm not in a relationship. I live by myself, honey. I do my own thing all the time. I don't have kids yet. But I'm also like manifesting and praying now. I'm like, shoot, I'm a wife, honey. I'm having my kids, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, women out here are really happy not being. It's just like, dang, like, y'all had relationships that really drained y'all to the point that starting over was the best thing that y'all could have ever done, mentally, physically, emotionally. Because you see a lot of women who are in relationships and they are so sick. The men walking around healthy, happy, but the women are so sick, because it's like, sometimes you know how society has made it seem like men is the center. So it's like they drain women, and the women walk around sick and unhealthy because this man is sucking the life out of you, literally, and the man just fine, you know. But that's just one part of starting over. For the single individuals, you know, starting over, you know, moving to a new state, having a new scene. I see so many girls that have moved to a new state and just start to flourish. And see, that's what I want for me. I'm like, ugh, I want that for me. But I don't think it's time right now. So I feel like my time is still supposed to be here, getting myself together, building myself strong mentally, physically, and emotionally, and maybe a starting over will happen soon. But I am all for starting over. I feel like sometimes as we grow, even with my friendships, even with friendships, you may have to start over with that, because you in your life and on your journey, you once aligned with these group of friends. Y'all were on the same level, y'all was thinking the same thing, y'all did the same thing. The same things that y'all did were actually enjoying to you guys, but as you got older, you outgrew. You didn't want to go to this place anymore. You didn't want to hang around, certain friendships, and one friend don't want to talk about that. The same thing, like, let's talk about let's talk about these subjects and not that subject, so it's okay to outgrow people and start new relationships. The older you get, yes, you have to be more cautious, because you just don't know the intentions of people, but also you don't know the intentions of the people that you're growing with too. So everything is a risk. Everything is risky. But what do we have? We have faith. We pray. And for me, I keep God first, okay? I don't know about what everybody else do, but I keep God first. I always seal things in the name of Jesus, okay? I don't know Jesus, Yeshua, whoever, okay? The Spirit protects me, okay? So, hey, that's me, and whoever else can relate. But yeah, because starting over it can be a good thing, and it can also be difficult. It's like, but you have to know what's for you. And if you want to start over, baby girl, king, queen, whoever, go start your new life. I've been trying for the longest, but I'm embracing my journey where I am, which is still in Atlanta. I live on a whole nother side of where I grew up, so that makes it's new to me. So it gives me this, breath of fresh air, like, okay, new beginnings, but I don't know. I just feel like this is, the only way that I feel like I would actually stay here once the time frame that I gave myself is up is if I am in a relationship and I've had a baby, like really like on site. And I ain't talking about no girlfriend. I'm talking about married, okay? Because I am still wanting, because every time I run into a girl like, oh yeah, I'm from this state, but I moved here like 3 or 4 years ago, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I want to be that girl, like in a new state, thriving, doing my big one, and really in my beauty girl bag. But I cannot say that Atlanta does not have great opportunities. Like, Atlanta is like the Black Mecca. So me being here is not a downfall. A lot of times, like when I moved to Houston, people's like, you moved from Atlanta to Houston? And I'm like, yeah. Even though the vibe in Houston, it was just, it wasn't, if you like to party and stuff, see, I'm getting older. I like to do grown woman things. I'm sorry. Like, I lived my 20s. Like, I had fun in college. I had fun in my 20s, being out, going to the brunches, doing this. But now I'm older. So, yes, those things are cool sometimes. But you won't see me outside all the time unless, I'm making money. I'm doing contract deals. If I do want to go celebrate for an accomplishment, a goal, or a project that I had, that I've been doing, I've accomplished, then okay, you may see me outside doing, but I don't really be outside like that, and I'm okay with that. Like, I like to chill. I'm at a place where I like to do chill things. I like to do adventurous things. Like next weekend, I'm going to this sip and paint. So I'm so excited because I don't believe I ever done a sip and paint before. If I have, it's been like years to the point that I don't even remember. But I'm excited, you know? Like, I want to do museums and I want to do things, you know, like going to the club and to the lounges and stuff. It's cool. You know, I don't knock nobody who do it. Look, live your life. I have a homegirl who's on the way over here. Like, she be outside, okay? And I think she's like a year younger than me. But it's like, I tell her, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about that, because she came from Cali to Atlanta. She said it's been 10 years. And so she's living her life. She don't have any kids. She started over in Atlanta and she's living her life, is doing her well. She's been here for 10 years. So it's like, girl, live your life. If you want to be outside, be outside. You know, I have different ailments to where it has me to where I have to like chill a little bit or a lot of it. So, you know, and I'm okay with that because I have my good fun times and then I go back in my bubble and I relax, I chill. So yeah, starting over is not always a bad thing. And I salute people who actually take themselves seriously, whereas their mental, their physical, and they really get out of situations and circumstances and start over and not afraid to let things go because we're so codependent, because we're so comfortable. You know, sometimes comfort is just like, okay, this is what I'm used to, so I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna be sad and depressed for the rest of my life. I'm just gonna deal with it. And it's just like, what? I'll be damned. Let me tell y'all, I get in a marriage, a relationship, the type of boundaries, the type of I'm not tolerating fucks that I'm standing on because I've been independent on my own, because I've lived and taken care of bills, like real deal independent, never been in a relationship, never had nobody to lean on but God and my family at times. I'm not dealing. What? Baby, we gonna come together. We got to be here. You know what I'm saying? And when you have those type of boundaries and you really know what you want, you're not gonna deal with a lot of shit to where you have to feel like you gotta start over all the time. Because you going into this, like I was just talking to somebody and I cut it off before it even got to the point to where we're linking up and all this kind of stuff. Because in the beginning, you have to know, and this is like talking about when you starting over, like with relationships, you got to know what you want. So you will know what you will not deal with. And a lot of times people get into relationships, they feel like they're getting older. They feel like this, da, 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 da. But the way life is going now and people popping out babies in their 40s and in their 50s, listen, it's never too late, babes. It's never too late. Get with, but it'll be more pleasant and more fun and more willing to deal with, because let's think about it. You would rather deal with somebody that you actually are in love with and you like, you know, y'all gonna come together on a different type of vibration to where it's not gonna be so much to, you know, like even during the hard times, we're gonna want to come together and and make it right, you know. So I don't know, like I say, whether it's friendships, even when we're talking about a job, okay, when we're talking about a job, man, do not be afraid to start over. Don't just, cause see, baby, me, I be like, out of here, you know, deuces. But you know, when it comes to your finances, you got to make smart moves with that. And that's what I had to learn. Like, if you know this job is not doing well, you start your exit plan. You start stacking your money. You start saving. You know, you start budgeting yourself to where when you get to that point, you got enough money that you can leave and you'll still be able to pay your bills and pay your rent until you find what's next. Baby, you good. Don't be like me. Don't be like the old me and just be like, oh, I'm disrespected. bitch, I'm out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Take your time and always make sure you have something else under your belt before you leave something else. Now, if your job gives you the opportunity where they handing out programs or separation packages and stuff, then that's cool. Now you can leave and you got something that's under your belt. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to start over, because we have one life to live, baby. And I'm just to the point to where I'm like, God, I wasn't placed here to suffer. I wasn't placed here to be depressed and mad all the time. Like, I am going to live a fulfilled life. And I'll be damned if I am going to live a life of unhappiness, being miserable and depressed. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus, okay? Like, whoever my partner is, it's, baby, I'm telling you, like, compatibility. And I definitely feel like you're not compatible with everybody. Everybody don't get your sense of humor. Everybody don't, compatibility. Like, we are aligned, okay? So, I don't know. Listen, I hope, if you came across this message, it was meant for you. Whether it was a year or two later, it was meant for you, okay? I don't know if this is your message to not be afraid to start over. Whatever you got from it, that's what you needed to get from it, okay? And do what you will with that, okay? Because, baby, I am not afraid to start over. I thank God that I have been so independent on my own. So when I do get into a relationship, I am going to submissive, I'm not going to be so independent, I'm okay for my partner to lead. I'm okay with that. And they going to know that they got a great woman right behind them that's going to be there. But I'm glad I know how to handle my own. So it's not I'm coming in and leaning on you like you done saved me. Like, no, baby, I've been pushing these bricks. You ready to push some too? So we can have a whole brick house in this. Let's do this, Push out. I got my own table. You got your table. We push it together and we got a feast, baby. Okay? That's how I operate. So, yeah. We're not, yeah. So, yeah, y'all, don't be afraid to start over. Starting over can be very refreshing. Once you get through that little hump in the beginning, it can be very refreshing. But like I say, know your situation, know your circumstances, and, take the actions that you need to take accordingly. Don't be like me and be abrupt with the shit, because, baby, I be like, bye. And then I get to thinking like, that might have not been. But, yeah. So, I love you guys. That is all for my TED Talk today. Let's talk about it. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Wait, did I do that right? Subscribe. I used to do that all the time, like in my old videos. Yeah, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Listen, leave your comments down below, because I like to hear from you guys. What do you think about this video? Like, are you afraid to start over, or are you somebody who is willing to start over? No answer is the wrong answer, because like I say, I get if people are like, I'm good where I'm at, I don't need to start, cool, live your life, baby. Whatever you doing, live your life. Just don't be miserable and mad with somebody else living theirs. Make sure you're doing what you want to do for you, because that prevents you from being a hater. Okay? So make sure you're doing what you want to do for your life. So you won't be looking at somebody else that's doing their thing and they living their life, and you want to talk about them and hate on them. Okay? So make sure you living your life. All right. I am your favorite Vert Queen, your favorite affirmation goddess, your favorite fashionista. I'm your favorite quote queen, okay? I am your favorite stylist. I am your favorite girl. I am Anna Shantae. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. All right, y'all. Bye.